Hi friends, the United Nations sends out peacekeeping forces to disturbed areas in various parts of the world. And the armed forces of various countries contribute their soldiers, airmen, and sailors to take part in this United Nations peacekeeping forces. And these contingents are placed in those nations, get stability and peace, and control the root of the problem. So, here we must be proud to know that our esteemed army is the largest army to send its armed forces to such UN missions. So far, India has taken part in 49 peacekeeping missions with a total contribution of more than 2 lakh troops and a significant number of police personnel also having been deployed, and more than 160 peacekeepers have martyred themselves serving under the UN flag as of September 2022. In 2014, India was the third largest troop contributor country with 7,860 personnel deployed with 10 UN peacekeeping missions, of which 995 are police personnel, including the first female formed police unit under the UN. Recently, Indian peacekeepers were lauded by the UN for their efforts in preventing a carnage in the South Sudan conflict, which resulted in the death of 2 of its soldiers. India has so far provided 2 military advisors, Brigadier Inderjit Rekhe and Lieutenant General R.K. Mehta, 2 police advisors, Ms. Kiran Bedi, 1 deputy military advisor, Lieutenant General Abhijit Gua, 14 force commanders and numerous police commissioners in various UN missions. Indian Army has also contributed lady officers as military officers and staff officers, apart from them forming part of medical units being deployed in UN missions. The first all-women contingent in peacekeeping mission, a formed police unit from India, was deployed in 2007 to the UN operation in Liberia, which is called the UN MIL. Lieutenant General Satish Nambiar, a former Indian Army general, served as the United Nations Protection Force Commander from March 1992 to March 1993. He also served on the high-level panel of threats, challenges and change of the Peacebuilding Commission. India was reappointed to the organizational committee of the Peacebuilding Commission in December 2010 for a third 2-year term. India is supportive of nationally led plans for peace, consolidation, while arguing for a constructive approach and a lighter touch by the Peacebuilding Commission in extending advice, support, and in extending its involvement. India has also been contributing to the United Nations Peacebuilding Fund. Now, I will just tell you in a short about the various UN missions that our soldiers and policemen have been involved in. So, in the past, in Korea from 1950 to 54, we had Indian Field Ambulance, para-trained medical unit composing of 17 officers, 9 JCOs and 300 other ranks which were deployed in the Korean War from November 50 to July 54, which is the longest tenure by any unit under the UN flag. Then came the Indochina between 1954 to 1970, where India provided an infantry battalion, the 2nd Guard Regiment, and field teams to support the International Control Commission in the Indochina, comprising 3 states of Vietnam, Cambodia, and Laos. In the Middle East, from 1956 to 67, India was part of the United Nations Emergency Force, where for the first time armed troop contingents were deployed. In Congo, from 60 to 64, 2 infantry brigades composed of 467 officers, 401 JCOs, and 11,354 other ranks participated and conducted operations. In Cambodia, in 92-93, United Nations Transitional Authority in Cambodia was set up to supervise ceasefire, disarm combatants, repatriate refugees, and monitor conduct of free and fair elections. Here also, 1,373 peacekeepers from all ranks of the Indian Army participated. In Mozambique, from 92 to 94, 2 engineer companies were tasked. Somalia again had the Indian Navy and the Indian Army taking active part in UN operations, where a brigade group was deployed. Rwanda, where an infantry battalion group and a signal company along with an engineer company was deployed and military observers were provided. 1989 to 99 saw Angola having a deputy force commander, an infantry battalion group, and an engineer company comprising a total of 1,014 from all ranks of the Indian Army. 99 to 2001 was UNAMCIL at Sierra Leone, where 2 infantry battalion groups and 2 engineer companies, along with QRTs, took part in the peacekeeping. 2006 to 2008 had Ethiopia and Eritrea, where India contributed 1 infantry battalion. And presently, the UN missions which are in force are at Lebanon, which is UNIFIL, from December 98, where an infantry group is deployed along with hospitals comprising of about 650 peacekeepers. Congo, from 2005, has an extended chapter mandate with the augmented infantry brigade group of 4 infantry battalions and a level 3 hospital, along with other aviation contingents and engineer groups taking part, where Lieutenant General Chandra Prakash of India was the force commander. Sudan and South Sudan, from April 2005, has 2 infantry battalion groups present there. Golan, having a logistic battalion with 190 personnel, from February 2006 deployed there, and Major General I.S. Singha has been the force commander there in 2012. Ivory Coast, from 2004, has been going on, which is supported by Indian staff officers. Halu, from December 97, has been there, and 3 Indian formed police units are looking after that area. Liberia, from 2007, has been there with a female formed police unit from CRPF and RAF and some army personnels. So this has been the involvement of our soldiers and policemen in the UN missions, and we have been doing well and have been lauded for our involvement. So we must have respect for the soldiers and jawans of the various armed forces divisions, the policemen who have been serving relentlessly and been standing in the line of duty. So let us hold their hands and hold them in high esteem. And thank you for listening to me. If you have liked this video, please like it, subscribe it, and share it as much as possible so that this word for respecting the soldiers gets spread as much as possible. Jai Hind.